Nostalgia is always just such a fun thing, don't you think? Welcome back, everyone. We are talking about our first ever Goosebumps video today. I'm actually really excited. We're going to talk about Night of the Dummy 2. I have no idea if there's Night of the Dummy 1. I've never seen Night of the Dummy 1, but Tubi has all the Goosebumps episodes, so I was like, let's do one of these for Halloween. I think it's kind of fun. I've been trying to get into more of the Halloween spirit, so we decided, let's do Night of the Dummy 2. I haven't seen this episode and probably since I was like 10. Of course, it starts off with the really cringy parents, and they're like doing like kumbaya or like show and tell kind of thing at the beginning. But of course, before all that, the intro, always gas. It's always gas. Anyways, the whole family is just sitting around in the living room and they're like playing songs, they're showing like paintings, and then you got the little brother named Ted who is just like annoying. R.L. Stine does this thing where it's like all of the like little siblings are just annoying. He must have beef with his own siblings. Even when like I've been reading a lot of the Goosebumps books, and there's always the sibling that's super like annoying. It's always the little sibling. It's always the little brother, little sister. Ted's doing it. Ted's like doing show and tell, but he also is like, he recorded his mom, his dad, his sisters, and just like blackmailed them essentially. He was like, here's mom cheating on her diet, here's dad putting on a toupee, here's my sister putting on makeup, here's my other sister wearing my other sister's sweater. And I'm like, oh, I don't like you at all. Like immediately I was like, I don't like you. And the parents like, oh, that's so cute. Typical youngest sibling crap. I tell you what, it's so annoying. And I feel that a lot. So then we get Amy, the main character, the star, the belle of the ball. I think that's what the saying is. I don't know. Anyway, she shows up with a dummy. She does like the puppetry stuff or whatever, the dummy talk things. And she does a really bad job because her current dummy that she has is really bad. And her dad's like, how about you check behind the couch? It's not brand new. And then you see Slappy. And Slappy looks really good. Like he's clearly not like damaged or used. Like he looks like a brand new dummy. And she reads this like way to like activate Slappy. And to me, I was like, she doesn't correctly say it. So shouldn't the spell not work? I don't know. I've seen like Harry Potter where Ron mispronounces the spells and look what happens to him constantly. So I'm just saying, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. What do I know? Then she's like, you start seeing some little bit of weird things that night. She said Slappy next to the other dummy, and she like lays in bed. Immediately the other dummy falls to the ground, and she gets up. She's like, what are you doing on the ground? How'd you do that? And I'm like, really? You're not gonna think maybe it was a dummy or maybe there's a ghost? She just assumed it was just like thin air just pushed the dummy on the ground. And then she put the dummy back, and it does like the whole thing where Slappy's just like stares at you. I'm pretty sure he like blinks at you too the first time she holds him, which is just weird. I always thought dummies were a little creepy. I think there's a movie called like Dead Silence that is just like a whole dummy horror movie. Maybe I should review that sometime. I feel like that'd be a lot of fun to review. The next time they do like kumbaya stuff, and the dad sings like, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Super cringe. Super cringe. And the whole family's like in it, and I'm like, all right, you guys are all faking it. There's no way you guys are this close. And then Amy goes up next, and Amy starts off with talking kind of friendly, having a good time, and then Slappy just starts talking, and he just starts roasting the family. He's basically like, Dad, you suck, you're terrible, your wife's probably cheating on you. And then he looks at the mom, and he's like, you're super fat, lay off the food. Looks at the little brother, he's like, you're just annoying, I hate you. And then he told the older sister, like, your art is terrible, maybe you should get a real job.
Jesus Christ.
And I was like, dang, dude, Slappy is kind of slapping right now. Just saying. He is roasting his family. And they're all like, oh my gosh, Amy. It's funny because they don't like punish her, but they just like say, Amy, how dare you say these things? And Amy's like, it's not me, it's the dummy. And it's like, yes, I kind of understand that. But to me, if I was the parents, I clearly wouldn't believe her. But like I said, R.L. Stine does a weird thing where he like writes the younger sibling as really annoying, and then he writes the parents as just complete morons. Like they are so useless. And it's just so funny when I think about that, honestly. So anyways, all that shebang went down. That night, she like shoves Slappy into like this box to hide him. And so he's like locked in there. And then Amy has her two friends over there, Margot and her little sister, and her little sister's like playing with dolls. And Amy and Margot are just talking about like, I don't know, they're just coloring, they're just complaining about siblings. what else is new? And her little sister goes and takes Slappy out of the box, and Slappy starts talking mad crap about everything again. And Margot's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're saying that. And it's like, how is she saying it when she's like doing this and trying to pull Slappy off of Margot's little sister? And then Slappy like grabs her hand, and Margot's like, how are you doing? Why are you doing this to her? I'm like, how? She couldn't do that, you know? I don't know. And then her mom shows up. Her mom like yells at Amy again, and Amy's like, it wasn't me, it wasn't me. So it's just a really stupid thing. And then Slappy gets out of the
yeah, boy,
the box, tries to kill Amy's dad with the guitar. Amy dives at him and saves him, and of course it just gets more and more drama. So Amy's like, screw this dude, and just sends him down the sewer. And I was like, I kind of respect that, but I feel like I would just try to destroy him, get like a bat to the head. That might solve it. But at the same time, it's like, she's the only one thinks this thing's real. So of course she's like, maybe it's all in my head. I mean, that's what I'd be thinking. I'd be like, dude, maybe I'm nuts. Maybe I'm the crazy one. So once that happens, she goes back to her home, and guess what? There's footprints all over the house, and her sister Sarah is like, oh, Ted's leaving all this dirty stuff on the ground. And Amy's like, yeah, leaves her. And it's like, you look at the footprints, it's not like wet or muddy, even though she says it's muddy, and it's not. It's dry dirt. Like, it looks like it's just like you left some dirt out there. Like, there is footprints, but it's like, it's not muddy, it's just dirt. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too deep about this Goosebumps thing. Anyway, so she goes upstairs, and guess what? Slappy's back.
No way.
And her and Slappy kind of fight. And this is where I thought it was so stupid. So she tackles Slappy. Her sister Sarah opens the door, and Amy gets up and says, it was Slappy. Slappy gets up and starts talking to him. And Amy, not even 5 minutes before that, tackles Slappy, right? But instead, they both just run. And I'm like, dude, you just like fought this dummy, and now you're just like, I can't do anything now. This guy is too strong for me. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any sense to me. I just thought it was the dumbest thing ever. So when that all happened, I was just like, what is going on? And the girls hide in the bathroom, and Ted's just like downstairs watching TV, and he's like, what's going on? And you don't see Ted for the rest of the episode. So I actually thought Slappy killed Ted. And the two girls go downstairs, and they're going to try and fight Slappy. They end up kind of fighting him. Sarah almost gets attacked by Slappy, which is pretty dope. And all of a sudden, something tackled Slappy, and he broke his skull, and then like the green spirit leaves, and he's just gone. He's gone. He died. And the parents just show up, and Sarah and Amy are like, oh my gosh, Slappy attacked us. He's dead. And they're like, oh, well, what happened? You know, like, who saved you? And they're like, Ted saved us. Ted just came out of nowhere. Like, he came out of like the kitchen or something. And he's like, what do you mean? I didn't do anything. And they all look, and then the other dummy, the original one, looks at him and goes, oh, whoops, I'm back. I'm like, oh my gosh. So this was interesting. Super cheesy. It's just like, Are You Afraid of the Dark? Super cheesy, super 90s. Now, is this amazing? Apparently, I'm looking at the IMDb, and it's a 7.5 out of 10. I don't know what people are watching, but it's just a fun little kids show, so I'm not gonna really take it too seriously. There was some cheese in it. There was some parts I just thought was so stupid, but it is just a 90s cheese thing. And then when you read or watch too much of the same thing for Goosebumps, it's very repetitive of the whole thing, of the kids, the main characters, the only ones dealing with it. No one believes them. Of course, the parents are just idiots. The siblings are always just super annoying. It's very repetitive, but this was fun. I definitely understand why this is one of the most popular books in the series, one of the most popular episodes. That's fine. I mean, I love Goosebumps, so I'm not gonna complain. I just wanted to watch this one, and I think I'm gonna try and do this maybe every couple months. Maybe I'll do a Goosebumps episode and just redo it, like talk about it. It'd be fun. If you guys made it to the end of the video, I do appreciate it. What's your favorite Goosebumps episode? What's your favorite Goosebumps book? I know they're the same thing, but I would love to know down below. Is it Haunted Mask? Everyone usually picks Haunted Mask or Night of the Living Dummy. Let me know which one. Just tell me which one's your favorite out of all of them. I would love to know. And last but not least, stay safe and happy Halloween.